Minecraft has never looked this alive. Player faces finally show emotions, mobs can do flips, and combat feels like Dark Souls. I've gathered 11 mods that completely transform the game's animations, and each one is crazier than the last. The first mod changes the very foundation your character. The stiff, blocky movements are gone. Your character now breathes, gestures look natural, and just standing still suddenly feels like a realistic pose. It's no longer a soulless model, it's you, truly present in the game world. And the best part? If your skin is set up properly, the eyes start moving, blinking, glances, subtle emotions. Suddenly, your character doesn't just move smoothly, it feels alive. The difference is so huge that classic Minecraft looks like a game from a decade ago in comparison. And that's just the beginning. Up next is a mod that brings not only you, but the entire world to life. Because Minecraft isn't just about you, it's about the mobs you encounter everywhere. And that's where Squishy's Reanimated mobs comes in. Zombies stop looking like stiff dolls, they actually walk towards you. Skeletons draw their bows with real tension, and creepers move so smoothly and unsettlingly that you'll want to run faster than ever. Every mob gets its own personality and becomes unpredictable. Even an ordinary spider looks so realistic it'll give you chills just by watching it. With this mod, Minecraft loses its cartoonish lightness and starts feeling like a world where you're truly not alone. So far, we've brought the player and mobs to life, but what about the whole world? Mobens turns basic movements into a spectacle. Walking, running, jumping, attacking, suddenly they look like scenes straight out of an action movie. Your sword doesn't just swing, it cuts through the air. Creepers crawl in a way that makes your skin crawl, and skeletons draw their bows like real hunters. Even spiders strike with a grace that sends shivers down your spine. This isn't just more animations, it's a transformation of Minecraft's simplicity into an epic show where every move has weight and rhythm. With Mobens, even a basic jump looks dramatic, and every fight, it becomes a scene you'd want to watch in slow motion. But if you think that's the peak, wait until you see what happens when animations start reacting to the environment. Enter Animation Overhaul. It's not just smooth emotion, it's a system that makes your character truly interact with the world. Run up a slope and the body leans forward. Walk slowly and the movements soften. Cinematic in detail. Every small adjustment makes you feel the weight and balance of your character. The best part, it works seamlessly in the background. It doesn't break other mods, it enhances them. It's like a game engine update Minecraft never had, and for the first time, you'll feel like you're in a next generation world. And since we're talking about a cinematic vibe, what if even the menus and inventory started looking elegant? That's where smooth GUI comes in. No more windows popping up like they just teleported. Now every screen fades in smoothly, like a spotlight on stage. Open your inventory, it floats in lightly. Close it and it fades away with subtle elegance. It's the kind of detail that suddenly ties their whole game together. And these are exactly the details that make the biggest difference. When you have them, you don't notice. But turn them off and Minecraft instantly feels harsher, like something's missing. And that's only the introduction to the flashiest effects, because next you'll see how combat animations can turn Minecraft into a full-on action movie. Because what if the world itself suddenly started to move? Chunk Animator transforms basic rendering into a spectacle. In classic Minecraft, terrain just pops in as if it teleported out of nowhere. With Chunk Animator, new chunks of the world rise smoothly from the ground or flow down from the sky. Suddenly, you're not just looking at a landscape, you're witnessing its birth. Walking through a forest, trees sprout before your eyes like in a fantasy film. Entering a cave, the walls materialize with dramatic presence instead of just blinking into existence. The effect is subtle, it doesn't slow the game down, but it makes the world feel alive. And once you try it, turning it off will feel like something's missing. And that's the perfect setup for the next step. Because now, Minecraft's magic finally stops being flat. Floating items. Enchanting Table transforms the ordinary enchanting table into a magical performance. You walk up, place lapis, and suddenly the stones rise above the table, swirling like they've been enchanted. In the center, random items flicker as if the magic itself is choosing its target. It's not just decoration, it's the moment you feel feel like Enchanting truly works. The effect triggers automatically. Toss in 3 lapis and step into range of the table. The lapis rises, items swirl, and the whole thing resets with every click of Enchanting. The game reacts to you, and you feel like you're taking part in a ritual, not just clicking through a menu. It's a small detail, but it turns Enchanting from a mechanical task into an event you want to repeat again and again. And now we're getting close to the climax. The next mod will show you an effect you won't be able to unsee. Imagine this: a mob falls off a ledge, and instead of just dropping, it does a flip. That's do a flip. The mod adds a stylish somersault whenever you fall from more than 2 blocks. It happens automatically, no keys, no combos. Suddenly, you see a zombie flipping midair, or you jump yourself, and instead of a plain drop, you get a little acrobatic show. It doesn't change the mechanics, it doesn't give you an advantage, but it makes the world feel alive and full of surprises. And once you see a flip, you instantly want more. And that's where the mod comes in that makes your every movement look like an action movie scene. FastMove completely changes how you move in Minecraft. Sprinting! You can slide under obstacles without losing speed. Jumping onto a ledge, your character bounces off the wall and runs across it like parkour, falling from a great height. You land in a roll that softens the impact. Every movement becomes a spectacle. A simple walk through the forest turns into an action sequence where you feel rhythm and flow. It's no longer just moving across the map, it's dancing with the environment. And that's why FastMove is so addictive. It doesn't add new weapons or mobs. It changes the foundation of the game, movement itself, and when moving feels exciting, the whole gameplay takes on a new energy. But this is just the setup, because if you combine that parkour style with a new combat system, every battle turns into a show. So far, the game has looked like a dream. Animations, movement, the world itself came alive, but combat, it was still flat, just clicks and quick swings. That's why better combat steps in. Every attack becomes a performance. Weapons don't just swing into the void, they rise, slow down at impact, and you feel their weight. Strikes have phases: preparation, explosion, and echo. This gives combat rhythm and power. Weapon stats stop being just numbers, they become tools of style. You can chain combos, fight one-handed, two-handed, or even dual wield. Every move is precise, every attack truly matters. It's not just cosmetic, it's a new philosophy of combat. Instead of mindless clicking, you feel every hit and every clash. Minecraft finally gains the dynamics it's always been missing. But that's only the beginning, because when you merge this system with parkour and smooth animations, the stage becomes truly cinematic. And that's where Epic Fight enters. This mod turns Minecraft into a full-fledged action game. Combat becomes tactical, timing, dodges, and risk matter. Every strike has weight and consequences, from stuns to knockbacks to recovery windows. You can switch between building mode and combat mode. Only then do you unlock the full potential. Dashes, dodges, special attacks, unique weapon styles, one-handed swords, massive axes, combos. Every weapon has its own rhythm and demands a different approach. Fights that once were just pixel collisions suddenly turn into true spectacles. It's no longer just fighting a spider, it's a duel you can feel. Which mod impressed you the most? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to see even more crazier ones, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss them.